Okay guys, I picked up another knife yesterday. Well, actually it was something I ordered and it came in the mail. What I got was the Zero Tolerance 0302 with the Coyote Brown G10 scale. Really like these knives. They're built very strong, and as far as bang for your buck goes, I don't think there's a better deal out there than these knives. Okay, the front of this knife is G10. Very nice textured G10 as well. It's not too grippy and it's not too smooth. Feels very good in the hand, and I believe also if you were wearing gloves, I think this knife would work out well also. G10 backspacer. Has the flipper here and the thumb stud on each side. This side of the frame is a slab of titanium. Okay, has the clip here. It says Zero Tolerance on it. And I got this knife used, but it's just like brand new. There's no wear on it, no wear on the blade. It's got the factory edge. But what this guy did was he moved the clip from a tip down to a tip up, which I was glad, because I was going to do this to the knife anyway, and it already came like this. Okay, so it's when I'm carrying it, it would be like this in my pocket with tip up. Show you how this guy opens. It's got the spring assisted opening. Very smooth, very nice when it opens. It's got the oversized pivot. Now this knife is a collaboration. This Zero Tolerance is a collaboration between Strider and Ken Onion of Kershaw knives. And this knife has a lot of telltale Strider signs. You can see Strider all over this knife. First of all, you got the tiger stripe blade, which is very typical of Striders. Okay, and then of course you have the titanium frame lock. Very solid frame lock. Let me give you a close-up of that. It locks in very good under the blade. And it's kind of covered up, but it also has the hinderer lock bar stop. So when you go to release the blade and you press out this way, you can't overflex this little stop bar here. That stops it. That little round disc in there, it stops it from going out too far. So you can just push it over and close your knife down. Sits in there really well. The blade is nice and centered up. On this one, I have a tan, like it's a multicolored lanyard, but it kind of matches the knife because of the tan. So I put that one on here. It's got the two skulls on it. I like having lanyards on them, and it works better with when you carry the knife like this, then the lanyard's out of your pocket, not inside. Lanyard would sit like that. Okay, let me open this again for you. Very nice beefy blade. It has good jimping. Now, what their jimpers did was they put jimping on the handle as well as the blade, even though it's pretty much at the same point. So you're not going to have jimping up here to really choke up on, but the blade dips down, so you really don't need it. So you would be holding like this and that jimping. And then what I really like is, this is your flipper when the knife is closed. When the knife is open, your flipper becomes a finger guard right here. Let me tell you something. This is a big piece of material coming out. You are not going to slip up on this blade. I don't care if you try to stick this into a brick wall. Your hand is not going to override that and pop up and come and hit the blade. It locks your hand in very secure, and there's no chance of you sliding up on the blade with that. Jimping feels good. It's not too grippy at all, but if you were wearing gloves, you would still be able to use this jimping. Okay? S30V blade. S30V is a very good steel. I personally won't sharpen S30V. I know there's a lot of guys that can, but I've messed around with S30V. Now S30V is a very hard steel, and like I said, I like it. This knife will retain an edge for a very long time with no problem. But the steel is at the hardness to where when I try to sharpen it, it just takes me way too long. So, of course, with these knives, as well as many others, Strider and Kershaw, you can send this knife in, they will sharpen it for free, and resend it back. That is the way I would rather do it myself. You know, I know there's guys out there that do S30V, but just not me. I sharpen VG10 and 154 CM, but I don't like to sharpen S30V myself. Like I said, it has the oversized pivot there, and you can see it right here. So not as big as the Striders, but still, this is enough. On eBay, they have these knives for about $236 new, but I got this for $175. You can find these all over the used markets for $175, $180, $190. And I'm going to tell you guys, as far as bang for your buck goes, if you want a Strider and you don't want to pay $400 to $550 for a Strider, this is where you want to be, right here. This has everything, and I believe can do everything that a Strider does. Now, I'm still a fan of Strider, and, you know, I've got one. But if you just don't have the money to spend and you want something that's a tank, this is where you want to go. You can get the 0301. It has a Ranger green scale, or you can get a black scale and black blade with a tungsten coating on it. Okay? This is my EDC now, guys. This is what I everyday carry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some close-ups of this knife. This blade is very sharp. Just like Strider, the thumb studs also sit up here as a blade stop on the frame, as you can see, just like Striders do. Okay. I want to point out real quick while I'm thinking about it, your pivot adjustment is just a regular nut there, where you could just use simple tools, a socket driver or a pair of pliers to adjust this if you needed. A lot of the knives take a special tool to adjust a pivot. This one is very easy and it's very common, so you could adjust that yourself. It is movable to 4 points. There's one of the points right there where you could put the clip. So you could carry your clip any way you needed to. Love this G10 texturing on here. There's another spot for your carry clip if you're left-handed. It also has the very Strider-esque jimping on the bottom of the knife here. Okay? There's your G10 backspacer. Got a very nice little pattern to it. Little sticky, not real grippy, but it does give you some grip. You can see the little pattern there. Okay, let me take you to the other side now. Let me get you a close-up of the jimping here. Okay, now we're going to run down the other side. These knives are dated, and as you can see, this one's dated October 07, and they're numbered. This one is 0776, stamped S30V, 0302, patented, made in USA, with the Kershaw little logo there. Okay. Of course, your ZT pocket clip. You can't see it under there, but the Hinderer lock bar stop also says 0 tolerance on it down in there. Let me give you a close up here of the into the front of the frame. Smooth cutout right here on the G10. And then of course your lock bar, frame lock, over on the blade. Not too shabby. Nice solid lockup on this guy. It does have the phosphor bronze washers in there as well. I am a fan of these knives. Really like them. Zero tolerance. My opinion, one of the best bang for the buck you can get if you want a heavy duty workhorse knife would be this one right here. You can't go wrong with that. I have another knife coming as well, guys. That one's going to be a surprise. Should be here maybe by Saturday, and I will do a video on that knife when it gets here. Alright everyone, this is Humans for Targets, and I'm out.